Good evening. Thank you for joining me on my 6 o'clock news. Today I have a special guest star, and her name is Jennifer Velasco. And today we're going to talk about what happened around World War II. Good morning.
Hi, good morning.
So I'm going to start off by asking you questions.
Okay, great.
Can you list steps that Japan took in the 1930s to become a major world power?
Yes, of course. Well, militaries took the control of the Japanese government. Also, Japan marched into Manchuria and China. Japan gave notice it would terminate the watch and walked out of the League of Nations. Also, Japanese attacked Pearl Harbor.
Really? That's wild.
Now, I will be giving you a brief question.
Okay.
Can you name 5 steps in order that Germany took in the 1930s to become a major world power?
Yes, I can. Well, first, the Nazi Party rose to power in the 1930s, which attained 100 seats in the German parliament, the Reichstag. And then the government ruled by the emergency decree because it could not attain a parliamentary majority. Political and economic was unstable. They were coupled with voter dissatisfaction with the status quo benefited with the Nazi Party. Then Hitler was appointed chancellor in 1933. And then after that, they started using lightning war as a war tactic. And then last was short military campaigns. Yeah. So I'm going to ask you a question now. What are 2 similarities that are founded among Japan's, Germany's, and Italy's move to totalitarianism?
All right, well, Hitler, Mussolini, and Hirohito all played off the fears of economic collapse and communism.
Well, that concludes this review. Now I have a new special guest. Her name is Jaden. And it's going to be the same thing. Good morning, Jaden.
Good morning, Elizabeth.
How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. So, I'm going to ask you a question just like before. Why were Hitler and Mussolini able to get away with their aggression so easily?
They were taking over countries that no one really cared about, countries that had nothing to offer.
Okay, that's cool.
How did the Americans react to Mussolini's takeover of Ethiopia?
Well, they didn't really care about Ethiopia, just like you answered before, that Ethiopia really didn't have anything to offer. So, they just minded their own business. How did the U.S. try to boost worldwide trade?
They traded with both sides of the war, Axis, and allies.
Okay, that's good.
What groups in America would benefit if the U.S. entered World War II?
Well, minorities like Japanese Americans, Mexican Americans, and German Americans because they could enter the war, and women because they could have started working. How did FDR propose the U.S. deal with aggressive like Germany and Japan?
At first, FDR didn't know how to deal with Germany and Japan because he didn't know which one to go after first, till Winston Churchill convinced him to help Great Britain and Russia to defeat Germany, then go after Japan.
Okay.
What are 3 ways Americans promoted isolationism in everyday life?
Well, first, one of the ways Americans isolated themselves, so they stopped trading with other countries. Second, the American government put high tariffs on things that were sold from other countries. And third, Americans segregated themselves from each other race, as in KKK and stuff like that. Where were the Panea incident, and what significance did it hold to the U.S. Foreign policy?
The USS Panay incident was a Japanese attack on the American gunboat Panay while it was anchored in the Yangtze River outside Nanking, China on December 12, 1937. Japan and the United States were not at war at the time.
Okay. Well, that concludes this interview.
Thank you for having me.
You're welcome. Cut.
You heard.